Hi, you're tuned into My Dad Says Audio. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. Today we'll be taking a look at the slightly revised Douk T3 Pro moving magnet tube preamplifier phono stage power supply, and just talking a little bit about the supply that it replaced, which is this chap here, little switch mode. And
we'll try and show you what is in it, because it's now redundant. We stole a cord, so we had another cord to, it's just one less thing we had to buy which to do it. But that is your switch mode power supply compared to that. Okay.
Weight-wise, just on the weight, you can tell there's a huge difference. The iron in the toroidal and the big caps, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it's when I first used the Douk, I used it with the switch mode, and it works. The sound I found had some weaknesses. It was a little bit vague. It was a little bit soft. It wasn't super detailed. Didn't have much heft or body or oomph, and the bass was a little soft. And I found once I used the upgraded linear supply that my father's built, all that changed. It was the sound had body, presence. There was some real grunt to the bottom end. The sound stage expanded significantly. It improved in pretty much every department. And
or would you say almost like a better phono stage?
Oh, definitely. It legged it up several notches. It was, well, originally when I got it, I was like, well, it was $50. How much can I expect to get from a $50 supply?
Yeah.
But once you address the weakness, which is this poor little switch mode, with something more substantial like my father's built, it really changed. It's a game changer. It just really flips the script. It's and I'm just using it with the original op amps, the original tubes. And Dad, do you want to tell us a little bit about your plans for upgrading the actual module itself with
Yeah, well, as we've explained, we haven't yet touched this. It's exactly as it came out of the factory in China. What we intend on doing, I think I explained last time, was that's the Sanyo Oscon capacitor, and I intend on putting that on the actual load, or I'm going to slide it in here very carefully across the socket of the 12 volts in. So it's a bit of onboard decoupling for the actual load, which is this circuit itself. And here you can see we've got 3 op amps all ready to be replaced, to replace the JRC op amps here. These are analog devices, 712 dual op amps. It'll be interesting to see whether this and this make any sort of a real difference. We've also might at some stage, you might consider changing the tubes, but at the moment it doesn't seem to be much of a priority.
No, the unit's it's capable of sounding quite good with the stock tubes. They don't really hobble it in the same way that the power supply did. It does hobble it. If you've got one of these, it's worthwhile investigating options for an alternate power supply.
Yeah, if you go onto eBay, they actually do. If you sniff around, I've seen linear supplies, not the same as this, but similar, and they're around about $160 Australian, which would be probably around about $120 US, or about £80 if you're in the UK. I've seen similar ones to this. round about that sort of price range. But you can see why this is so, you know, so successful and so cheap is because it was 55, 56,
54.
$54 Australian shipped. Where they save money is on this, which is the switch mode supply. Quite obviously, something like this costs a lot more to make than something like that, plus the actual shipping, because there is a little bit of weight to that.
Definitely, and size.
But it just goes to show how much of a difference a power supply can make.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan. I was very upset that I had to bring it back for a little revision and housekeeping.
Yeah.
Just working on it. We found that the voltage reg got hot.
Yeah. We had to do a bit of a revision here. I mounted the voltage regulator on the back panel. You can see it just there, because the heat sink I'd provided, which was as big as I could get onto that board, was not quite adequate. Whereas this, we've had it running for a while now, it's just warm. It's no longer hot. So that's been quite a success story as far as that goes.
Yeah, well, bottom line, I'm super happy because now I can run my rock with Decca London Gold direct into my vacuum state electronics pre-Phono, and I can use for rougher. This is for rougher records, but I still want them to sound good.
Yeah.
And I can use this with my Thorens TD160 and Riga RB250 with Audio Tech cartridge.
So now that you've got this in conjunction with this, you don't feel you've jumped off a quality cliff backwards anymore.
No, definitely not. No, it's look, the vacuum state electronics, the Al Wright is better, but it should be for the money.
It should be, because your preamp and phono stage is pretty much in stereophile class A, because they used to put it up against Audio Research SP6s and SP8s. So it's up around that sort of level. We're not saying that this is, but it's not a hell of a lot, not a hell of a long way behind something as good as that.
No, it sounds
just like your preamp.
I'm very impressed with it, with the new supply.
So I think we'll just crack on with the op amps and the Oscon, and we'll come back once he's taken it away and had another listen.
All right, fellas and ladies, if there's any ladies out there, hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, have a good one. Take it easy. Bye.